one of the biggest things that we can do is to volunteer as poll workers. And right after you said that, I was like, I'm young, I'm healthy. This is one sacrifice that I can make for my community. I'm just gonna go sign up and be a poll worker. And I'm actually really excited about it. So thank you for making me do that.
Yes, thank you guys. Okay, if you really want to make an impact and it significantly increase the number of people who can vote, be a poll worker. So 50% of poll workers in this country are over 61, which means half of the poll workers in this country, we need to be staying home and never leaving. You know, my mom is always a poll worker, and this year I'm like, Mom, you're not leaving the house, you're not doing anything. Like, she's very high risk, she can't be a poll worker. And she's every little tiny election we have, she's a poll worker. Not this year. But the thing is, so you probably all heard with the news from Milwaukee in March when they had a primary, and they had the very bad luck of having the first primary after the shutdown. So they were totally caught off guard. They normally have 180 polling places in Milwaukee. For that primary, they had 5. Wow. So there were lines for 8 and 9 hours. In Georgia, they had a similar problem. People were in line until 1 a.m. And this is because they didn't have enough poll workers. It wasn't even malicious. It was that COVID hit, nobody expected it, and they didn't have enough people who could work the polls. So now every single state, and we had spread the vote, we have been on the phone with so many boards of elections in so many states. They are desperate for poll workers. There are places, big cities, where they need thousands of them, and they're short. And here's the thing. If you work the polls, a polling place for the most part takes a team of like 3 to 5 people. So if you and 3 or 4 other people volunteer to work the polls, that means a whole other polling place can be open, which means, depending on the size of your community, that dozens to hundreds more people will be able to vote than would be able to vote without that polling place. And it means it reduces the number of people who have to stand in line from, 8 hours to maybe 5 hours, and then if another polling place opens, maybe 3 hours, and so on and so on. So it's such an important thing. You get trained. In almost every state, you get paid. So, I mean, come on.
Yeah,
you
in California, yeah.
You get paid in California. You get paid in almost every single state. It's a really easy process to get trained and to learn how to do it. It's a little bit of work, but they also need poll workers for early voting. So you don't just have to do it on election day. You can choose days. You can get paid for more days. And it is one of the biggest ways that you personally can make sure that dozens to hundreds more people are able to vote than they would be without you. It's so important. And if you're young and if you're healthy, save grandma. We need all of our grandmas. I love seeing little grandmas working the polls, but we need them to be home now. So
it's our turn. Yeah. No, I think this is so powerful because I think it's really easy to feel helpless and like your voice doesn't matter and get drowned out by all the noise that we're seeing. And this is something that you have the power to actually do something to make a difference, a real difference that you're going to see and be a part of. And I think that's really, really exciting.